Hi, welcome to Wholeheartedly for the Lord Bible Journaling with Sherry. Today's process video will be in my Illustrated Faith Bible. I am using this Bible kit from Praise and Pray, Trust in Him. It's part of her Bible kits for the beginning of each book of the Bible. So it's part of Proverbs, but I'm using it in Psalms. This is also from Faith Heirlooms, which I am using because this devotion really ministered to me, and I did it two to a page so it can fit into my traveler's notebook. I am also using I Am Beautiful from the Praise and Pray shop. I'm using some elements from there with the I Am series on Jesus, but I love the elements, so I wanted to use it in this particular video. I'll also that's my traveler's notebook that I use for fears and anxieties and concerns that I want to remember as the Lord ministers to me. So I can always reflect back into that traveler's notebook and read some excerpts from different devotions and Bible scriptures and things like that I come across. And I also have my reflections notebook, which I thought I was going to use, but in turn I end up not using it because I decided to write my thoughts into my traveler's notebook and leave it right there. So thank you for watching, and remember, if I can Bible journal, so can you. And I'll be back to share with you what I read in the Faith Heirlooms devotional. And also, I've been on vacation for 2 weeks, so I didn't have as many videos up as I normally do, but I am back in full swing, and I hope to be uploading more soon. Take care. The wonders of technology. What I did was this actually the traveler's notebook that I'm using right now, I actually did that at the end of my video, and I did the Bible kit first. But because the traveler's notebook contained the devotional, I decided to switch the order of the video and put this here. I don't know why I said that. I just threw that in. But the title of this devotional kit, and I had it for a while, but I didn't feel led to do it yet, and I can't do a Bible journal page or even a video unless it's right where I am at the moment. So that's why I buy so many digital downloads, because I know me and I know where I am in spiritual walks a lot of times. So I know, like, I'm going to need these, or I want these elements because something is going to come up, right? So in Faith Heirlooms, the title of the devotion again is Praying Through Fear, and I'm going to read the devotional and then share with you. She suggests read Psalm 56 and 11 or Isaiah 41 and 10. I chose 56 and 11, and it reads in the New King James Version. It says, "In God I have put my trust. I will not be afraid. What can man do to me?" And this was a psalm that was written because of oppression, because of enemies, and people who were constantly plotting against the psalmist. And he was crying out to the Lord and just remembering that I'm just going to trust you. You'll take care of my oppressors. You will take care of my enemies. So I won't fear. There's nothing that they can do to me that you are not in control of, so to speak, in terms of protection or getting one through this circumstance. So again, I decided to use that because of where I am and just some things that I've been struggling with and speaking with my husband, and I just wanted to get some strength from the Lord, and I realized some things, but I'll show you that later. It says, "I'm sure you've heard the quote about the Bible saying, 'Do not fear,' 365 times. You know, one for every day of the year. After a quick search, just make sure it was confirmed that it doesn't actually say it that many times, but that doesn't make the times it does say it any less powerful. Fear has its place in our lives for sure, in the fear of the Lord. That fear refers to something completely different, the reverence of God. In our daily lives, there are many things that can cause us to feel a spirit of fear. Some of them rational and some irrational. Either way, God has instructed us not to let this fear overtake us. So how do we do this? It's by putting our trust in God. When we trust in God, we are refusing to let fear have a foothold in our lives. Thank you, Jesus. When we acknowledge that He is in control of everything, we begin to let go of the fear of our unknown future. If I'm honest, the times I feel the most fear are the times when I try to take control. All my insecurities and fears start to manifest when I think I know best. Oh my goodness. The best way I've found to combat this is to be in the Word and pray. I pray that I will have confidence in the plan the Lord has for me. I pray that I will trust even when I do not understand. This isn't to say that I never have days when I fear my future, but I've learned to pray and trust God through them. I hope you will learn as well. Wow. This really blessed me so much. Before I get into the blessing of this, I just wanted to say, as you notice, I stamped and I didn't have a good impression. I knew it as I was doing it, but I just was not listening to myself. I should have done it on a harder surface. But anyway, I decided to stamp it onto cardstock that was similar in color and just put it over it and put some little doohickeys around it to just accentuate it. So that's a way to cover up sometimes if you make a mess with a stamp. I never realized, back to the devotion, I never realized how much my fears show my lack of trust in the Lord. I also didn't connect my need to be in control, that it definitely affects my trust, but it also has a part in controlling my fears, because when I do fear, that means I'm taking situations and I'm taking my future or whatever circumstances there are, and I'm putting them in my hands, and somehow, some way, my arrogance makes me think that I know what's best, and I end up worrying and I end up being concerned more about it than I should be, and when it really should be praying to God when I feel anxiety and I feel fear of the future or things that I'm struggling with or situations that I'm encountering. It's those times when I need to pray to God, to ask Him even for a clean heart and a right spirit, and then put my trust in Him so that He can give me the peace that I need to get through this situation or the anxiety or the feeling that I'm experiencing. Now, when I say anxiety, I don't mean like a clinical depression or clinical anxiety. I just mean the scripture where it says, be not anxious for anything, but through prayer and supplications, make your requests known to God so that I can attain the peace that comes from God when I give my feelings and emotions and struggles and fears to Him. That's what I mean. So it was a eye opener. It was heart convicting, and I just have to ask God to forgive me of such arrogance and put my trust in Him. And I vow that every time that I start feeling anxious in terms of fears for the future or circumstances that I'm experiencing, that I'm just going to trust Him. I'm just going to give it to Him immediately and not allow that fear to settle in. So I'm just expressing to you where my heart is, and the reason why I share some things or so many things is because we don't have an exclusive file. And you may be experiencing some of the struggles that I experience. And if you hear that, you know what, I'm not alone, or wow, this word really ministered to me, I can really add this to my repertoire of strength scriptures or devotions to help me get through different things in life. So that's why I share it with you. And I hope that you are blessed by the video. And I hope that you are encouraged to give your fears to God and trust Him. Don't hold on to it. Don't think you know what's best, but really trust God with your future, with your family's future, with any circumstance that you may be experiencing, because He really is omniscient. He really is omnipotent. He really is omnipresent. And I just have to put all of my trust in that, regardless of what is vying for my attention to cause me to fear or have anxiety. So I hope you are blessed by the video. Take care. Thank you for watching, and God bless.